Okay, hello and welcome to another one of the NodeConf Fireside Chats. I'm Katie Roberts and I'm here with Reza Hajibi from Skycatch, and we're here to discuss Skycatch and what it means to be in the Internet of Things world. So it's great to meet you. I was wondering, Reza, if you could just start by telling a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I wanted to start out by thanking you, giving me the opportunity to do the fireside chat with you, and thanks to NodeConf for setting this up. As far as a little background about myself, I'm the Vice President of Engineering for Skycatch, and prior to that, I worked in the Internet of Things at Litbit, and goes back all the way to early Yahoo days. Been involved in the JavaScript community and programming for a while.
Okay, so what's your connection with NodeConf EU?
Skycatch is a big user of Node, the framework for the server-client model is used in our world heavily. Even though we have a hardware dependency specifically around drones and robotics and a lot of industrial kind of IoT type stuff. The abstract layer, we've chosen Node to serve the data and create fast, robust applications with a modern framework for web development to kind of foray into that world and bring that discipline into an enterprisey and specifically industrial kind of a world.
Okay, cool. So can you tell me a little bit about what Skycatch actually does?
Oh, sure, for sure. So Skycatch is a technology company. We're truly a software company at heart. We do have some hardware dependencies. What we do is we solve problems around construction and mining. And more specifically, we bring computer vision enabled sensors to drones and the robotics on the edge. And based on that, we have automated the workflow all the way from the capture of the data to extraction of the data. Within few clicks, you're able to have your drone fly, capture an area. Then we bring that data, take it from 2 dimensions into 3 dimensions. Without using ground control points, we enabled accuracy of data throughout that process, down to sub 5 centimeter level accuracy. And then on the other end of it, we make it easy for our customers to extract the data that they need. An example of that would be by looking at a mound of dirt, can we calculate the volume of that? Can we do cut and fill, for example? Traditionally a hard problem in the construction side to figure out what is the volumetrics needed to remove this data and whatnot, and you can then visualize that stuff. And yeah, we're very excited to be able to offer these kinds of automation via software to our customers.
And yesterday you were telling me about some automated diggers that you have as well.
Yes, so those are Komatsu. We are working on some R&D type of projects that do enable automation of machinery out in the field. These have to do with, again, accuracy of data. That's the portion that through our first workflow that I described to you from the drone, that accuracy of data can now be applied to other problems, such as potentially automation of excavators, such as getting corrections from a variety of different satellites, or RTK networks. Those are real-time kinematic networks, and then combining that and providing that to machinery on site.
That's amazing. It really is awesome.
We're very excited about that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yesterday you did a live demo of your drones, which was really, really impressive. Can you tell me a little bit about what you were doing?
Yes, we went through a very simple workflow that's very common to our customers. They want to capture a site, turn that into 3 dimensions, and turn it into a point, what is referred to as a point cloud, which is very useful for a variety of different workflows from that point on. So what we did is we set up the drone outside. Literally with 3 clicks, we created a simple level of intelligence, which means that, hey, drone, please go capture this specific area. And so yeah, that was executed. The drone went up in the air, went over where we are today. The area was captured, brought back, processed within, I believe, 13 or 14 minutes on the edge, not our cloud side. So we have some devices that do this processing on the edge. As a matter of fact, we call it Edge 1. And the data was then turned into the point cloud. Then we took that point cloud and pushed it into our cloud offering. Specifically, we refer to that layer as Data Hub. And from there, tiles were generated visually. And by the way, that's all in Node. And then the people doing the demo started showing some of the capabilities of the software platform. Very few things, as I described: volumetrics, cut and fill, contours, object detection, object removal, all of those things that are part of the workflow from that point.
There was one thing that I was really impressed by yesterday. My kids have got drones, and I know how often they crash because how often I have to repair them. But when your drone took off and when it was coming back in particularly, and landing I know is the most complicated thing, there was a massive gust of wind and it moved and then it corrected itself and landed perfectly. That was such an impressive thing to see.
Thank you. Yes, the team has automated a lot of the functions around movement, so we don't have to work on that anymore. Up to a certain time ago, not too far back, you basically need a PhD to operate one of these things. To account for the yaw, pitch, all the different movements, you had to account for that. Today, all of that is automated through the flight controller, and then it's controlled via software. Our platform for controlling the drone is called Flight One, which basically accounts for all of that. Our customers are not they're not developers, so we've had to compensate for simplifying and automating that so that they can get to the data as fast as possible. So that's the reasoning for going down that route.
Okay, thanks. So, final question. Where do you see Node and Internet of Things going over the next 3 years?
That's a great question. I think that as the whole industrial IoT side of things takes off, modern application development has the ability to ride that wave and modernize a lot of things that traditionally have been done via embedded systems. Obviously, there will always be embedded type of work done, but abstraction of data to a whole different level for fast application development is what I'm seeing out in the field now being absorbed. And Node definitely has a very significant role to play in that. There's a massive community constantly contributing to that. So it's constantly being refreshed, it's constantly being added to, and it's constantly having a lot of different problems being solved via Node. So the concept of a client-server model is very attractive. So the browser becomes your gateway to interact with a lot of these things out in the field, or traditionally called IoT type things. So yeah, I see a major wave coming, and definitely Node's part of that.
That's brilliant. Thank you ever so much, Reza. That's been really interesting.
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk.